On the first day of the journey along the Grimm Trail, Peter and Deborah visited the beautiful city of Bad Oeynhausen. This city is located on the south border of the Wien Mountain Trail and part of the Minden-Lübeck area. The city is most famous for the wellness spa, but this was not the reason the Harmses visited this town. They came here to see the fairy tale museum. The Harmsens also visited the city of Hameln. Hameln is a picturesque city in the center of Germany. Hameln's most famous inhabitant was, by far, the legendary Pied Piper, who, in the 13th century, kidnapped over 100 children because, according to legend, the townsfolk refused to pay him after he rid the city of a rat infestation, and in doing so, may have cleared the city of the Black Plague.
Once upon a time, the ruler of the city of Sababurg and his wife gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. It was a joyful event, and the king invited everybody of his subjects with knowledge of the arcane arts to visit his once beautiful castle. A feast was organized, and all the guests were treated well. The king and his lovely wife hoped that the fairies and witches would bless their firstborn with spells and incantations that would keep her safe. One woman was not invited, though that did not stop her from secretly visiting the child. This witch also placed a spell on the baby, a spell which would make her fall into an everlasting sleep if she would ever spill her own blood. The spells the good witches placed on the baby did not fail, and the child grew up to become a healthy, strong and beautiful young woman. Her father and mother, who had had difficulty conceiving, cherished her and raised her well, and never in her youth was she sick or injured. The young woman was not allowed to leave the castle. Her parents were too afraid something might happen to her. But because her overprotective father loved her so much, he had a beautiful rose garden made for his daughter, so she could enjoy the beauty of nature. One day, she was walking through the garden, and the inevitable happened, and the evil witch saw her spell work out in full effect. Along the Grimm Trail, the Harmsens saw a tower that must have been an inspiration for a fairy tale. The tower rose dozens of meters above the ground and did not appear to have a door. It was very easy to picture a woman with long hair residing in this tower. To this day, it is not clear what the reason for her imprisonment was. Did she bestow this upon herself to avoid infection from a deadly disease, as the Grimm brother movie portrayed it? Was she locked up by a jealous stepmom, or was she not imprisoned at all and free to leave via a concealed door? Our guests will never know. The reason the Harmsens followed the footsteps of the famous Grimm brothers was to get inspiration for legends and fairy tales, the first full-length role-playing game by the Hobby Dragon, which will appear end this year. Peter, the author, sat down in the afternoon of the second day, hoping to get words on paper. As he looked out the window from their hotel room, he got distracted by the beautiful things he saw. His hand moved almost magically by itself, and a little while later, the foreword to Legends and Fairy Tales, the core rule book, was written.